Hello guys, welcome. This is the second part of the video about expressions and idioms with the verb come. And today I'm going to share 20 more expressions with you. Let's get started. Number 1. Come at a price. If something comes at a price, when you get it, something negative or unpleasant happens as a result. Or to get or achieve something, you have to sacrifice something else. Fame always comes at a price. Your private life becomes public. So you sacrifice your private life when you become famous. Number 2, come from a good place. If something comes from a good place, it's done with good intentions. You can also say somebody comes from a good place, which means this person has good intentions. I'm sorry to be bossy, but it comes from a good place. I want you to do things more efficiently. I know you're coming from a good place, but please stop giving me your advice on every occasion. I want to make my own decisions. I know you have good intentions, but still, stop giving me your advice. Number 3, come from nowhere. If something comes from nowhere, it appears or happens unexpectedly with no warning. The storm came from nowhere. We didn't manage to get home in time, so we had to find shelter under a tree. The storm appeared so unexpectedly, we didn't even have time to find proper shelter. Number 4, come in handy or come in useful. It means to be especially useful in a particular situation. Don't spend all this money. It might come in handy later. The candles left from the party came in useful when the lights went out yesterday. Number 5, come up or come out smelling of roses or smelling like a rose. It means to be able to preserve favorable reputation after being involved in a scandal or a negative situation. Everybody knew he was involved in the real estate scams, but he managed to come out smelling of roses. Number 6, come off it. It's a slang phrase that you can use to tell someone when you think they're acting foolishly or talking nonsense, or when you think what they're saying isn't true. I think we should ask Tom for help. Come off it. You know as well as I do, he won't even listen to us. It means, come on, stop talking nonsense. You know Tom won't help us. Number 7, come into question. If something comes into question, you start to have doubts about it. Her loyalty to the company came into question when she was seen with the chief manager of a rival company. Number 8, come face to face with something. It means you're forced to experience something unpleasant and have to deal with it or accept it. When I had to give a talk in front of the class, I came face to face with my fear of public speaking. Number 9, come down to earth. It means come back to reality after being overly optimistic or after fantasizing about something. I was so excited about meeting my friends at the weekend, but I came down to earth when I realized that I had a Sunday shift. Sunday shift means you have to work on Sunday. Number 10, come to a head. It means to reach a point in the situation at which you have to take actions to deal with it. His problems at work were getting worse, and they came to a head when he had a fight with one of his colleagues. Number 11, come what may. It means no matter what happens or whatever happens. I've been waiting for that game for months, and I'll be there, come what may. Which means no matter what happens, I'll be at that game. Number 12, come to think of it, or a longer version, when you come to think of it. We can use this phrase in a conversation to show that we suddenly realized something. I have a business trip to London next week. Come to think of it, I could visit my friends there as well. Number 13, come to the point. It means to reach the most important part of something. Please come straight to the point. Don't waste my time. Which means please say the most important thing you're going to say. Number 14, come to nothing. It means to fail or to have no tangible result. All my efforts in this case came to nothing. Means all my efforts failed. Number 15, come to mention it. Or a longer version, now that you have come to mention it. We can use this phrase to show that we suddenly realized or remembered something because of what the other person has just said. There has been nothing exciting for ages. I'm bored. Come to mention it, I hear Kate is going to have sort of a party. Number 16, come into play. If something comes into play, it starts to have a use or an effect in a particular situation. When so many factors come into play, it's difficult to control the situation. Number 17, come to blows. You can say come to blows with somebody or over something. It means to have a serious argument with someone or even a physical fight. They nearly came to blows over a trifle. So they nearly had a physical fight over something unimportant. Number 18, come into money. It means to receive money, land and other property from somebody who has just died. You inherit this property. He came into money last year when his aunt died and left him all her property. Number 19, come out in the wash. It's a slang phrase which you can use to tell somebody not to worry about a problem because it will be solved in the future. Don't worry about it. It will all come out in the wash. It will all be solved in the future. You can also use this phrase to say that the truth about something will be known in the end. Whatever they are hiding will come out in the wash. Number 20, come under the hammer or go under the hammer. It means to be sold at an auction. An auction is a public sale where objects are bought by the people who offer the most money. They went bankrupt and all their property came under the hammer. All their property was sold at an auction. Okay, that's it for today's lesson. I really hope that this video was useful and you've learned something new. Thanks for watching and see you in the next lesson. Bye!